Welcome, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, and this is Chris Astrology. Today, I will be talking about 7 house and how to see your soulmate through this house. I'm doing a presentation about it on Wednesday, and I decided to upload it also here for those of us who are not able to attend it. And so, let us get started. So, what is the 7th house? As some of us know, the birth chart is divided by 12 different parts. Some people think they're equal, some people think they're different sizes. So, yeah, there are different systems how you can calculate it. I personally use Placidus, so we will be using Placidus in this video. And how do we see which part is very responsible for? For example, the second house is responsible for money, finance, and how you attract money to you. But the opposite house, the eighth house, is responsible for money of others, the sexuality and occult. And I think the most important house is the third house or the rising. I did a playlist about the rising signs before, so check it out if you're interested. But here I will just say briefly that the third house shows our appearance and our first impression and first reaction. So what's the difference between every reaction and first reaction? It can be seen in the short story my aunt, who's also astrology, told me. For example, you're walking on the street and there's a puddle and you accidentally dropped into it and all your clothes become wet and now you need to go back home and change it and your old day's ruined. So a person like me, Sagittarius, we're very optimistic and very loud people. So it's probably laugh it out or maybe like curse and go over our day. We'll probably not even change. And but like more watery rising, like Pisces or Cancer, they can cry and be very emotional about it. Or Scorpio, who's also water rising, will probably cry as well, but it also curse the person who didn't clean up a pile because they are much more intense. The second house is the house on the opposite of the rising, which is responsible for our relationship with other people, and it's also a house of love and marriage because traditionally it believes that your romance and especially your spouse or soulmate or twin flame is the most important person in your life. So it's the most important person in the other people perspective. So, for example, this is my chart, and you can see that I'm a Sagittarius rising. So you can see that the opposite of Sagittarius is Gemini, so I'm a Gemini descendant. I recommend you to pull on your birth chart right now and try to find out what's your seventh house, and then come back to this video and I will tell you more about all descendant and what does it say to you as a person and how it affects your romantic life. For example, if you have Aries in the seventh house, it means that you're a Libra rising. For example, my girlfriend is a Libra rising and she has Aries in seventh house. And it means that if you have Aries in seventh house, you're probably a person who commits very early and can be in positive relationships. For example, such people usually get married very early. I, like me and my girlfriend, are not married, but I also know another person who has a Libra rising and she got engaged when she was 20. She didn't got married, but she had very early engagement. And me and my girlfriend, we committed to each other after the first week of knowing each other, so it was pretty quickly as well. And sometimes with people also can have challenging relationship before meeting their true love. And it's because these people are very impulsive. So, for example, the person who got engaged when she was 20, she broke up after several years because this marriage, this engagement was not healthy, and it was very frustrating and difficult relationship with him. And these people are also Libra dominated. Libras wants everybody to be equal with each other. So such people would want to be in the relationship which is equal, and where people are where people are think on the same length. But also Libras are more feminine and more beautiful and more fashion oriented sign. So we would probably attract somebody who's more athletic and assertive. And but they also would like this person to not be too dominant, and they would like to have very good communication with each other in the relationship. For example, me and my girlfriend have very good communication in our relationship, although I play a more dominant role. So what would your soulmate be like? If you are liberalizing or area 7 house, your soulmate will probably be very great leader. He or she will be very good at sports, and this person will probably approach from first. For example, in my relationship with my girlfriend, I was the first who invited her on a date. And this person would probably, their ideal partner would love to be in charge and have very high self-esteem. To be honest, I can relate to many things which are listed here. I think I'm a great leader. I'm not very good at sports, but I'm able to approach person first, and I always know what I want, as I stated in my Enneagram 7 video. So I can assume that maybe I'm my girlfriend's soulmate. At least, like, I would like to hope so. So, if you have a Taurus in the 7th house and you are Scorpio rising, you probably very committed person, because Taurus and Scorpio both very fixed signs. So these people probably have very few but very long-term relationship, and they're very loyal. Scorpios, I know some Scorpios who are polyamorous, but usually Scorpios are very committed, and they usually focus on only one relationship. So Scorpio rising or people of Taurus in 7th house would want to have a stable relationship with one person. There we would give all their energy, and in which we would be very involved. And also Scorpius and Taurus are both very sexual signs. For these people, it's very important to have a stable sexual life with their ideal partner. And what would your soulmate be like if you're Scorpio rising or a Taurus 7th house? This person would probably be very grounded and logical. Taurus roles, voice chords. So this person would probably be very good at singer and dancer, and probably it's good for your sexual life as well. Like most singers and dancers I met were very attractive people, so I think it's something you can be interested in. And also because Scorpio and Taurus are a little bit more slow and a little bit indulgent sign, this person can be a little bit overweight, but they can also have very stable income and be very affectionate. So I think it would be very committed and very solid relationship. So what about people like me who have Gemini in the 7th house or Sagittarius is their first house? These people like to have intellectual conversation with their partner, and it's very true. Like sometimes, like I like process of dating just because of those dates when you're not very intimate, like, both physically and mentally, but you're just getting to know each other. You're just having like conversation with each other and having like good communication. Like for me, it's very important. And they can be attracted to younger partners. To be honest, like I'm attracted to most people older and younger, so I'm more flexible than just being attracted to younger people myself. But my girlfriend is younger, and I consider she's my soulmate. And they also like people with similar interests and what equal relationship, because Gemini rules twins, so you kind of want you to have like kind of like brotherly sisterly connection with your perfect soulmate. So you want them to be the first of all to be your best friend, and they would like to have freedom in relationships. So sometimes such people can have long distance relationship or be polyamorous just because they would like to have more freedom. I I had experience of both. I had experience of polyamorous relationship, which sometimes worked for me, sometimes didn't, and sometimes like I had long distance relationship as well. Most of my partners usually lived at least an hour away from me. So yes, I personally. I'm really a loyal person, and I'm really attached to my partners, but I want to have some freedom as well. So, what would be an ideal soulmate for a person like me who has a Sagittarius rising or who has a Gemini in the 7th house? Well, probably like somebody who's very clever, and it's very true, because like I first of all fall for somebody's mind. Like appearance is important for me, of course, but first of all, I fall for the mind. So if you have Sagittarius rising or Gemini 7th house, you'll be a little bit like it. And you would like somebody who has read a lot of books, who have seen every movie, and with whom you can have be fun and have exciting relationship. For example, me and my girlfriend would like to watch a lot of like anime together and like just talk about characters and like our favorite like themes of the movies and shows. So like yes, it would be something like this. You would fall not very much into affection and stability as Taurus seven house, but more into this communication and fun. And you'd probably would like your partner to not be very possessive because yes, you need freedom. And you would want your partner to have friends on their own, and you would like to have mutual friends, and like you just would like to have a large network of friends around you. Like to be honest, I really like to have friends who are also dating somebody else, and like just have like double dates with my friends, and just be like in this community where like there are different couples. Like I don't say like I want to interact with couples, like it's too much for me, but like I mean just like several couples doing like couples activities together and just socializing as a big group of friends and as a big like family, like chosen family together. So whether you have Cancer in the seventh house or Capricorn rising, then you would probably look for somebody who's very nurturing, and you would want to have your home and chosen family. I have a close friend who is a Capricorn rising, and he really wants to get married. He is in early 20s, but it's his goal. He wants to get married. So probably it would be your goal as well if your Cancer is in the seventh house. You would want to have a commitment relationship and be traditional in love. As I said before in my videos, it doesn't mean that you are not able to be queer, because even people who are polyamorous or LGBT, they can still have very committed relationships. So even if you want some more diverse relationship than just strictly straight monogamous relationship, you would still want something more traditional and something more about your family and kids. So what was your soulmate be like? It would be probably be somebody who's very sensitive, affectionate, somebody who likes to cook and cook for you, somebody who would be very loyal and very nurturing. Yeah, like you would like to come home and just have like this person to cook your food and cuddle you and just spend some time watching some movies. Like you would not like something more crazy and loud. Like I sometimes like loud things, but like if you Capricorn rising or Cancer seven hearts, you'd prefer instead to just stay at home and be with your significant other. So what if you Aquarius rising or Leo in the seventh house? I personally don't know a lot of Aquarius risings myself, so I'm not able to talk about my personal experience. But from what I know from astrology, these people usually attract very dominant partners, a very strong public image, and a person who can also be their best friend. Like they want somebody dominant and very loud, but they also would want this person to be kind of like the in power couple with them. Like they would probably like somebody to dominate them, but they would also like to be strong and powerful themselves. And their soulmate will be very loyal, loving, but also they would like to have some fun and be very creative together. And sometimes it can be a little bit possessive as well, because again, Lee and Aquarius are both fixed signs, and I think that fixed signs are much more into commitment and monogamous relationship than mutual signs. And you would like your partner to do everything for you and just be with significant other with whom you can be together and have fun and creativity and just enjoy your life. So what if you have Virgo in the seventh house or Pisces rising? I have a close friend who is a Pisces rising, so I know that some things I know in theory are really true. So you would probably want a partner who would ground you, and you'd like somebody clever, maybe a little bit of a nerd, and you want your partner to help you, and you can probably have a family business together with your soulmate, or meet them at work. Like my friend, he is divorced right now, but he met his wife, who he thinks was his soulmate, while they were working together at a charity event. So they have, yeah, like they had like this nice family business, not for family business, but like working together relationship where like we had house, we were like all in the D&D, like all nerdy stuff, and like doing also working together. So it's something you want. So your soulmate will be very analytical. We would love animals. Like my Pisces rising friend really into animals. So yeah, I think his soulmate should be into animals. And we'll have very innocent, bookish look, and it will be very interesting look as well. Like we would be like very like we would not be loud or anything about their looks, but we would be very stylish, very polished, very good hygiene. So when I say interested in their look, I'm not saying like lavish clothes and like big hair as like clear rising can be, but like a little bit like more sophisticated. You would like your partner to be great at treating people's needs and um, be like there for you. But sometimes like your partner can have some trouble with stating their own needs, so you should be there for them as well as this woman. Also, of course, there is Libra 7 house or Aries rising people. And these people really want to find soulmate because Libra 7 house, yeah, like Libra is one of the most relationship oriented signs, so it's not surprising that such person would want to have a soulmate. And they would also like to have equal relationship because, as I say again, Libra is scales, and but instead of Aries 7 house as my girlfriend, Libra 7 house would approach for a partner first. And they would prefer somebody who has very good appearance and very loyal to them. And their soulmate would be very artistic, gentle, and calm. They would be lover of art and loving decorating home, very committed and very cute. For example, like you can probably see it's kind of correlates with Aries 7 house. And why is it? It's because the opposite signs as Aries and Libra or Scorpio and Taurus and Sagittarius, Gemini and whatever, they usually seen as the best match. So you can see how like Libra rising can look for Aries rising. So this combination like is very good together because they both want equal relation, but Aries rising or a Libra 7 house want somebody more into looks and more passive, where Aries rising, well Aries 7 house and Libra rising want somebody who's very athletic and can do first look. So what would your partner would be like if you have Scorpio in 7th house or Taurus is your rising? These people are usually attracted to very strong individuals. They want very intense relationship. And they attract very complex people. And they will try to stay with their soulmate for life. They very like also like as I always say, mutual signs and Taurus and Scorpio about mutual signs are very monogamous, very loyal. So these people usually pick a partner for a very long time. For example, one of my first boyfriends was a Taurus rising, and he had only two serious relationships in all his life, although he's almost 30, because he always picked people very carefully, and if he chose somebody, he was trying to be with them for a very long term. And these people are very committed and very stable in relationships. So what their soulmate will be like? These people will be very emotionally deep, very secretive, very intense, and very spiritual. And they also like to be very sexual because Taurus and Scorpio are both indulgent signs, so you can see like the correlates with Taurus 7th house because both of the signs are very affectionate and they would like their soulmate to be only there for them and just to create this healing and loving environment. So what will be if you have Sagittarius in your 7th house or Gemini in the 1st house? These people are very fun, will love to date, and they can be attracted to foreign people or just people different from them because Sagittarius is the ruler of international traveling, so they usually attracted to people very different from them. And they can date people from very different parts of lives. Although they can probably want to date person from the same religion because spiritual beliefs are ruled by Sagittarius, so their spiritual beliefs would be very important for them, either spiritual or religious. And these people would like to travel with partner, but they would also would like to have some freedom, and they probably can meet their partner in college because Sagittarius or ruler of ninth house rules higher education. Their partner will be very fun and they would like to travel, try exotic foods, and they can be just as activist, and they can be sometimes overweight because Sagittarius is a sign of indulgence. So such people can be on a bigger side, and they can like to socialize, stay late at night. So it will be very fun and very exciting relationship. And you have Capricorn in seventh house, the kind of opposite of a Cancer in the seventh house, because you would like somebody who can provide for you instead of providing your home security. And you would like to find an older partner who would be very serious in your relationship, would be dominant, and take care of you. Like Cancer in the seventh house, we're looking for like very like a person they can take care of. But Capricorn in the seventh house, the opposite sign, is looking for somebody they can take care of. And their ideal partner would be very responsible, stable income. They would be very mature and serious, and they would like to be successful. And both Cancer 7 house and Capricorn 7 house are very serious about dating. So I think Capricorn rising people and Cancer rising people are the most monogamous and the most traditional people you can find out there. Okay, so let's go to the Aquarius 7th house. These people also would like to be a power couple as Leo 7th house, and they attracted to Nordic people and people who are different from them. Also, Aquarius rules 11th house, so Aquarius is a ruler of online interactions. So most people of Aquarius 7th house can find their partner through online dating. And sometimes they find their partner very late in their life, and they can even have long distance relationship because, like when you're looking at a person online, they can be in it anywhere in the world. So yes, like these people usually find their soulmate pretty late, but it's a worth a relationship. It's like if a person you love lives very far from you, but it's true love. Of course, you will still go for it, and their partner would be very. Uh, like they will be very much into their chosen family and they will be very rebellious. Like if it would be queer, they probably came up early in life, or if they polyamorous, they can also come up early in life as being polyamorous. And they would probably be very much, their ideal partner would be very much into chosen family. It would be like they would be like this outcasts of like their own gang, like doing their own fun stuff, breaking taboos, but also being very naughty, like loving politics, technology, and art. It will be very unique. Like I like this picture because this picture is both queer and very unique, and yeah, it like shows what this relationship gonna be like. Okay, so the last one, Pisces in the seventh house or Virgo rising. These people usually sacrifice themselves in the relationship because we look for spiritual connection. We're attracted to gender non-conforming people. For example, my dad is a Virgo rising person and he gives a lot to his family, and it's very important for him to have stable family to come home to. And sometimes such people want to fix their partner, and they can also have family business together. Like you see the link between Pisces 7th house and Virgo 7th house. Like my parents, like my mom is Gemini 7th house, so it doesn't relate that much to her. But my dad is Pisces 7th house, and me and my mom and my dad are both working in the same field, helping each other. And a soulmate for a Pisces 7th house would be very romantic, but a little bit clingy. My mom is very romantic. She really loves my dad, but sometimes can be overprotective of him. And their partner can be a little bit messy, will be very artistic and gentle. They can be very great writer and artist. I would like to bring comfort to relationships. I don't think my mom is very good writer or artist. Like she's more in the math field, but she definitely wants to bring this comfort to relationship, and my dad can sacrifice for a lot for their marriage. So I think that's what makes their marriage unique. So I hope this video helped you to understand what your soulmate can be like based on your seventh house. You want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. I upload new videos every week so you'll never get bored. And here also, if you want to see more videos about seventh house and planets about it, because I didn't cover planets this time, you can check out my creative projects that I did with other creator, Queer Hitty, in February, where we were talking about planets in the 7th house with videos on my channel, and it's called Shadow Side of Astrology. So if you want to see the concept of marriage and soulmate from the perspective of the planets and the houses, please check out this video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Goodbye.